All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is December 5th. We got two playing games on today's NBA slate like we always do. We're going to go through each and every one of these games, so all two. I'm going to give you my lean on the spread. I'll give you my lean on the total, but all of my final plays, so I'm actually rolling with myself tonight. If you do want to fade me, those plays will be in the pinned comments. So, we've now strung 3 sweeps together. Yesterday, just not the type of sweep that we'd want. Now, I could sit here and be like, we're still on a 17-6 run, because we're on a great run right now, but I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm not going to try and beat around the bush. What a bad night last night. We're here to own it, right? So 0-3, the Kings, they don't get the job done. Neither one of our same game parlays looks good. That was a tough pill to swallow. But like I said, the good news is 17-6 run, still even with that 0-3 night last night. But yeah, it's kind of a sour taste in our mouth even to say that. Gets even worse though. We had a birthday ride of the day. And we just dropped the womp womp, so we don't have to do it again. But Al Horford did not come to play. Drew was the ride of the day yesterday, and I'll say this, Al Horford is not invited to the birthday party next year as he finishes with 2 points and only shot a handful of times anyways. But if you guys do want to be like Drew and get a shout out in the next video, all you got to use is hashtag ride of the day in the comments. I'm jumping on board with one person's pick, giving you a shout out in the next video, win or loss. Happy birthday yesterday to Drew. Al Horford did not bring the present of money that we needed. But let's go ahead and jump into today's slate, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Act like it's your bookie and smash both those buttons. We are cruising right now. Like I said, we hit 40,000 and you guys just keep it going. It's like 40,000 on to 50, right? So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You guys are the absolute best. All right, we're starting off with Milwaukee taking on New York here. Right now, Milwaukee at home, sitting at 5-point favorites. The total sitting at 226.5. I do think this is going to be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee edges it out. They are 9-1 at home this season, and they've just kind of started to find their feet, right? This is a Milwaukee team that was kind of struggling at the beginning of the year, I guess in terms of what you'd think of Milwaukee, right? Struggling. They're now 8-2 in their last 10 games. And like I said, 9-1 at home on the season. Going up against New York, who's also been playing well. They've won 3 straight games, 7 of their last 10. They have a positive record on the road at 6-4 as well. But I kind of alluded to it. Wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee wins this game, but I do think it's a close game. So I'm going to take the points as the Knicks here. We've seen a couple games now, where the underdog, I guess both games yesterday, right, where the underdog outplays the favorite in these play-in games. So maybe that trend continues here. And I like the fact that the Knicks over the last 15, really good defensively against the power forward position. Giannis, right? Really good defensively against the point guard position, Damian Lillard, right? So, they do kind of have their defense starting to at least get squared away. They've been a low points per game against all season long, but the defense actually physically is starting to look good and visibly and whatnot too, right? Whereas this Bucks defense not looking all that great. On the season, allowing about 5 points over league average in points per game, and they're not closing games out very well either. So, that's recipe for a backdoor cover if I've ever heard one there. So, I'm going to lean towards the Knicks here, plus the 5 points total, sitting at 226.5. This one's tough. We saw both games yesterday be relatively high scoring, though the Celtics and Pacers did cash the under. It still finished at 234, right? So I'm going to lean towards the over ever so slightly. I could see this being, a 117 to 116 game, which would kill this over, but I could also see it sitting right around that sort of 116 to 112 mark, which is not a big margin. So slight lean towards the over, but my favorite lean in this game probably is Knicks plus 5. The only thing that, if I overthink it, would talk me out of it is the fact that the Bucks are that good at home. And they already played earlier this season as well. They squared up back in early November. Milwaukee was at home and they won 110 to 105, so this would have been a push there. But guys, keep an eye on the pin comment to see if we ultimately end up rolling with that. All right, guys, before we get into the second game here on today's slate, let me talk to you about Outlier. If you haven't checked it out yet, no better time to do so than now. You get 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment. I'm sure if you've been watching all the videos, you've seen Outlier plenty, but let's go ahead and dive in so I can give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes of what it is. Many different tools on this platform. You can see over here all of the tools they offer. Right now we're on the trend screen. You can go through and see market trends and their hit rate and everything like that. They also have the player prop screen, which is absolutely goated. Every single player prop offered on, the main sportsbooks here. You can see their hit rate, and if you want to dive in and kind of, dissect it a little bit more, you can go through and look at it and look at the, defense against and everything like that, minutes played, supporting stats, all that good stuff. You can also break down game slates, see the public versus the money on games as well, and go through and look at trends. Guys, Outlier is an amazing tool, and you can even add bets right from here. So if you click Caesars, you go to your picks, you can go to Caesars, and boom, you click continue. It's going to bring Caesars up right there for you. So guys, if you do want to check out Outlier, again, that link is in the pinned comment. I highly recommend it. You guys know I don't promote anything on this channel that I don't use myself and that I don't back 100%. Outlier, one of those companies that really does want to change the game, and they're doing just that. So go check it out for free for 7 days, and fully transparent, right? It's only $19.99 after that per month. So it's like, it's not the biggest back-breaking cost either. Everything you need all in one place. Go check it out. Link in the pinned comment. Now let's go ahead and get back to the slate. Next up, we have the Lakers taking on the Suns here, and I think we're sticking with the theme here. We're looking at the underdog, the Phoenix Suns in this one. Don't tell me that LeBron and Anthony Davis are getting up and getting excited for this in-season tournament, right? I just can't really see it. But again, mentioning those guys, they're both also on the injury report. I'm assuming they're going to play because that's just what LeBron and Anthony Davis do. They dip their toe onto the injury report, and then they end up playing in the game. But nonetheless, guys, I do think this is a good matchup for the Phoenix Suns, who are surprisingly 7-3 on the road this season, and they're just kind of due. They've been in a little bit of a funk here. They have won 8 of their last 10, so don't get funk, take it too literally, but they've lost 2 of their last 3. They just got a decent win over Memphis, but they didn't even cover there. I think they're due to kind of climb out of their, shell that they've been in as of late. Booker's gonna have a good game. Durant's gonna have a good game. I could see that totally happening. This has not been the most defensive Lakers team, just kind of league average when it comes to points per game and everything like that. But they start very slow. So this could also be a Suns, a Suns first quarter, Suns first half play as well, to be honest. But again, I do think that the Suns are due. They're going up against this Lakers team that's kind of been super inconsistent. Like, this is the Lakers team that seems like they're beating bad teams, losing to good teams. And their last 10 would dictate that as well, right? Loss against Sacramento, loss against Dallas, loss against Philly, loss against OKC. But they're beating Detroit, they're beating Utah, Portland, that type of thing. So this is not a Lakers team that I can truly trust yet this season. Maybe as the season goes on, you got to somehow be a believer in, Anthony Davis and LeBron, that anytime they want to flip the switch, they can. I just don't necessarily think in early December that switch is going to be flipped. So give me the underdog here, plus the 1.5. We might just go with money line if this does ultimately become a final play, because you're getting plus money, plus 105 right now are the odds that you're looking at there. Which obviously we like a plus sign next to our bet sometimes, right? So give me the Suns here plus the 1.5 points. I could see them winning this game outright. I also like the over in this game as well. 228 is what it's sitting at right now. I have this game pegged right around 235 with a, I would say a Phoenix 118 to 117 or 120 to 115, that type of thing, where Phoenix just edges it out. Again, we like them on the money line, and kind of beats that total by maybe 4 or 5 points. So I'm going to lean towards the over in this spot. But again, guys, this could be a Phoenix bet of first quarter, first half, or even Phoenix team total. I like all 3 of those sort of alternate plays on this game as well. And a potential same game parlay here. We had a bad same game parlay last night. We had 2 same game parlays, both crapped out on us. Actually, the Kings and the Pelicans one looked good, but Valanciunas kind of let us down. But nonetheless, we don't want to force those same game parlays to force that plus money. But if you guys do want to check out a same game parlay strategy video, we dropped it yesterday. I'll have it pinned up in the top right of the end of this video. If you guys do want to check that out, I kind of give a behind the scenes on what I do to, make these same game parlays. But again, guys, Phoenix plus the points as well as a slight over in this game. And that's all I have for you in today's video. Don't go forcing anything, guys. Like I said, keep it all in perspective, right? We had a bad night last night, but we're not digging out of a hole. We're still 17-6 in our last 23 plays, right? So I don't need to try and make up that 0-3 night. We had 2 positive sweeps the 2 nights prior, okay? So always keep it relative when you are sports betting. Don't get yourself in a fake hole. Like, we don't need to dig out of this. Stay conservative, stay chipping away at the block, and all of a sudden you'll have a nice little statue at the end of the season if you bet smart. But guys, if you made it this far, go ahead and comment 10. Let me know you're part of the Fade Squad. squad and you're not a guppy, because the guppies don't make it past this. And even if you are, you know, I'm a guppy watching that 10 minutes, maybe you're not a guppy, man. Maybe you do actually like this show and tune in every day, and you're not a guppy. It's what it is. I know you hate to hear that, but it's what it is. But go ahead and comment 10, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.